Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. I have got 3 cards to share with you that I've created using Crate Paper's Hey Pumpkin Halloween collection. So I am starting here with card number 1. I've trimmed down this ghost pattern paper to 4x5 1/4. That's going to create my front panel. And then I've grabbed 2 vellum panels that are trimmed to 3 3/4 by 5 inches that I'm going to layer on top of this. I wanted to give it sort of a ghosty look, and I felt like one layer of the vellum just wasn't doing that for me, so I'm just going to double it up. I've also grabbed one of the cardstock stickers, that little ghost there, placed him down, and then I've grabbed one of the chipboard frames and added that on top of him. So when I lay things out like this, I touch them very, very lightly to the panel just to get an idea of where I want to place everything. I did go ahead and stick the bottom portion of my frame onto the sticker pretty well there. Although you'll see in a second, I go to add one of these. Yeah, here I'm going to grab one of the sentiment stickers that reads Hey Pumpkin. And I wanted to move that after I had placed it down on the vellum, so I'm peeling that up. And then my cardstock sticker got stuck. So I messed around with this a little bit. I had it perfectly. Don't you hate when that happens? It was exactly how I wanted it, and then I couldn't get it back that way again. So I did fuss with this a little bit, and then finally here you'll see I go back to what I had done previously. I stick down the first sticker and then add the frame on top of it until I still don't think I got it back the way it was, but I was happy with the way it ended up here. And I will go ahead and press those in place at this point to make sure that they don't move on me again. And then I will place down that sort of see-through sentiment sticker that reads Hey Pumpkin. There we go. So now I'm going to layer these 2 pieces of vellum together, and I want to make sure that my glue's not going to show in between the vellum, so I will just add some art glitter glue behind the sticker and the frame, and then layer these on top of each other. Then at this point I decided I wanted a little something more on the front. It was just a little too plain to me. So I was thinking an idea of paint splatter, but I didn't want it to get all over the ghost. So what I ended up doing is I grabbed from my stash, I had some of these black enamel dots, and I want to say they're leftover from a paper pumpkin, but I'm not positive on that. When I have leftovers, they just sort of go in a bin, and then I pull as I need them. So again, I fuss around with these, and then once I'm happy with my placement, I will press on those really well just to make sure that they're down nice and tight on that vellum. Again, I'll grab my art glitter glue. I'm just gonna add a dot behind each of those to help hold that vellum together again. And I will go ahead and add some of this glitter glue behind my frame and my ghost, and then I'll place that down on top of my panel. Finally here, I'm just going to go around and sort of rough up the edges of that vellum just to give it a little bit of dimension. I'll add some ATG to the back of my panel, and I'm going to place that down on top of my card base. This is made from MFT's Black Licorice cardstock. I've grabbed a Nina panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4, and I'm going to use this Happy Halloween sticker, and I'll go ahead and place that down right in the center of my panel. I'll add some ATG to the back of that, and then place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 1. So here for card number 2, I've got another panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4, and I've grabbed from my stash one of these small American Craft web doilies. I'm going to add a little bit of art glitter glue there and then place that down somewhat in the center. I pulled out a few ephemera pieces and I knew I wanted to use pumpkins, but I wasn't sure which ones. So again, I sort of play around with these. I bring some in, I move some out, just lightly placing those down so I can see what they'll look like, but make sure that they're not stuck actually onto my panel. And then finally, I did decide that I was happy with this chipboard sticker and the other two cardstock stickers. Oh, I thought I might bring in a fourth there, but decided to keep it to 3. I do try to keep elements in my design to just 3. It seems to have a more pleasing look, at least I think so. And this smaller cardstock sticker, I'm going to pop up with some sticky thumb foam dots, just to give a little bit of extra dimension. And I'll go ahead and place that down. I'm gonna add a little bit of art glitter glue behind that other piece of ephemera there. Then I felt like it needed one last thing, so again from my stash I've pulled in some black glitter washi. I'm gonna add just a little bit of that in the top corner here. Make sure that's nice and straight, and then I'll fold the excess over. I'll add some ATG to the back of that panel and place this down on top of my card base, and this card base is made from MFT's Pink Lemonade cardstock. For the inside, I've grabbed a Nina panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4, and I pulled in from the Ellen Hutson stamp set. It's called Pumpkin to Talk About, and that is the stamp that I decided to use. I just stamped that out using my Simon Says Stamp black ink. I'm going to add another stripe of that black glitter washi along the bottom, fold over those edges, add some ATG to the back, and I'll place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 2. So here for card number 3, I've again got a panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4, and I'm pulling in one of the larger American Crafts web doilies. I can't seem to get enough of these this year. I'm actually having to stop myself from putting one of these on every card that I make. But I did go ahead there and glue that down with some art glitter glue, trimmed off the excess. And then here I've grabbed this witch chipboard sticker, placed her down, and I've grabbed this cauldron from the cardstock stickers. Then I felt like it still needed a little bit more, so I grabbed this very glittery moon from the chipboard stickers as well. And I'm also going to pull in a few of these holographic stars. I'll add some ATG to the back of my panel here, and I'm going to place that on top of my card base. This is made from MFT's Steel Gray. Again, for the inside, I've got a Nina panel trimmed to 4x5 1/4, and I've grabbed one of these sentiment stickers here. I'm going to place that off to the side, and then I will just trim off that excess. Adding some ATG to the back. And I'll go ahead and place that on the inside of my card base. And that will complete card number 3. Here are a few close-ups of the finished cards. In the description box below, you'll find my blog post, which has additional photos and links to the supplies I used. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.